All right. Welcome, everybody, to Everyday Spirituality. This is episode 1 of our show. And I am Yona Gila. I'm your host, and I'm going to be here learning along with you. Today, we're going to be talking about what this show is intended for, what we hope to do during this show together. And as we go through that, I'd like to start with talking about what this show is not. So, this show is not going to be finding ways to escape the reality of our busy lives. And it's also not about spiritual perfection. Yes, we're going to be talking about Torah. Yes, we're going to be talking about learning from the sages, and we're going to be diving into texts, but it's not about perfection. And this show is not about adding more pressure to your life already. Everybody in this day and age is so busy. There's so much going on. And we really want to fit our spirituality into our life. That's what it's about, right? Hashem is with us always. And we want to bring him along with us in everything that we do. And so that's where we're at. This show is about building a real relationship with Hashem. We all have those beautiful peak moments of spirituality where we have the time to get into deep prayer, where we have really beautiful moments of connection. But where we tend to fall short, where I tend to fall short, is getting so busy in the everyday, in all of the things that take my attention throughout the day, that I forget, God forbid, that connection with Hashem. So it's building that relationship, not only in the peak moments, in those beautiful moments, but in the ordinary, bringing Hashem into our ordinary everyday and causing that to be a relationship building moment as well. So what is ordinary? It's everything. It's all of the little things and the big things that we do every day. It's how we spend our time. And we're already multitasking, right? We may have laundry going. We may be thinking about what we need to do for work the next day. We may be preparing meals, and we may be changing a diaper all at the same time. And so we don't want to add more to your plate, but we want to remember that Hashem is in each and every one of those moments, that he is with us all of the time. These things that make up our life, the ways we spend our days, they are not interruptions to our spiritual life. They are spiritual life. We are living spiritual lives. And this is where I got stuck, and this is where everyday spirituality came into play for me, because I would get so busy every day thinking about all of the things that needed done. The day would go by, a week would go by, months would go by, and suddenly the thought would come to me, when was the last time I actually was praying? When was the last time I was actually spending any time in Hitbodedut? I'd been so busy. Everything had gone so fast. I was constantly distracted. And then I started to feel, how do we have spiritual lives if lives are so busy? And that's when I began to learn that our lives are spiritual lives if we can just bring Hashem into them, into each and everything that we're doing. So, everyday spirituality, a little definition. To me, everyday spirituality is living with awareness, connection, trust, and presence inside our real life, bringing emunah into things that seem quite mundane. So why does this show exist? This show exists because it is an offshoot of my own journey, my own life. Everything is so fast and fragmented right now. Everybody's changing, and the old ways of doing things just don't seem to fit as well anymore. We're not able to have some of those deep connections we once did. We are so distracted. And at the same time, so many people are craving deeper spirituality. They want it, I search for it, and yet I was experiencing such exhaustion, emotional depletion. The demands of life were just massive on me. And I looked at that and I wondered, how does this work? How can I integrate this? I want a spiritual life. How do I fit this in? And so that's where everyday spirituality came from. I began pulling the tools together, the languages, the practices, the reminders, the habits, things that are sustainable, that help provide a framework to connect to Hashem while my life was moving. Not just in those still moments, not just in those beautiful, quiet moments where you can drop into deep prayer, but in all of the motion of my life. And that's what I wanted. So everyday spirituality is not about adding more to your plate. I know your life is already full. It's about learning how spirituality lives inside of what we're already doing. And some of the tools that we'll use for this is Hitbodedut, meditation and reflection, breath work, and learning about pulling those micro moments of connection together. In each show, we will explore these in different ways. There'll be some times where we'll have series of a single topic. Starting next week, we're going to start on Hitbodedut, learning about how we can have not only a dedicated time, which is beautiful, but also how we can drop into Hitbodedut while other things are happening. We're going to take a moment here to breathe together. This is an example of some breath work we'll be doing. I'm going to pause my video and just take a moment together. Wherever you are, scan your body for tension and gently offer to allow those areas to relax just a little bit. If you're sitting, make small adjustments to make it more comfortable. If you're standing, try allowing your body to sway gently. Allow your shoulders to drop. Relax your face, your forehead, your cheeks, your chin. Soften your eyes. Now, slowly and steadily, inhale through the nose for a count of 4. Hold for 2. And exhale through the mouth for 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, inhale slow and steady. Hold and notice any resistance. Exhale gently and controlled. As you continue to breathe, say silently, I am here. Hashem is with me. Realize there is nothing to fix, nothing to reach. You are exactly where you are meant to be in this moment. This is everyday spirituality. Not adding something new, simply remembering Hashem is already here in this moment with you. Let's take one more breath together. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And gently return to your regular breathing. Thank you for being here. New episodes are scheduled to be released each Monday. Remember that everyday life is not a distraction from holiness. It is the place holiness wants to dwell. My contact information is here on the slide, and I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you. Thank you, and have a blessed day.